Greetings everyone, Eric here, and welcome back to another product review. In this video, we'll be looking at this nice little USB desktop microphone from a company whose name I am having trouble pronouncing. Before we get this video started proper, I'd just like to remind you all that in the description below are links to all the different ways that you can help support me if you would like to. Many of the things are things like Patreon. You can also get the product that I'm reviewing down there in a affiliate link. There's also a VPN service that you can try out. Basically all kinds of things that you can try out. Just check the description. I also have t-shirts. This is not one of those t-shirts. This is a Bethlehem t-shirt that's too big for me. But some t-shirts that I've designed, I'll have some links in the description so you can check those out. But anyway, those are just some ways that you can support me if you would like to help support the channel so that I can get more products to review. Anyway, let's get back to the review. All right, so this is a cheap little USB, because it is USB desktop microphone. It's got a little button here, which is kind of interesting. I have the box with the company's name on it. It's just a little gray box, but that's the name of the company. Beisiwo. It's a Chinese company because I review a lot of Chinese products apparently. But yeah, I don't want to try and butcher that name too well. I think it's Beisiwo, but you can correct me in the comments if you know the proper way of pronouncing it. But anyway, this is just a nice little USB microphone. It's super budget. It's like $16 on Amazon. There'll be a link in the description, of course. But the thing is it any good for that price? So basically what we're going to do is we're going to test that out. I'm going to do a couple different tests. I'm going to set up this microphone with the microphone that's currently out of, you're going to hear a noise, this microphone. That's my main microphone. It's the Audio-Technica 2020, and it is my main microphone that I like to use. So I'm going to be comparing this to that. This is a $100 microphone versus a $15, $16 microphone, and we're going to compare them. I'm going to do this just as it is, plugged in, record audio, and then I'm going to do another test where I'm going to actually try and do a little bit of finicking with it, with a little bit of maybe compression, maybe an EQ curve, but we're just going to jump right into trying this thing out and letting you decide with your ears whether you think this thing's worth it or not. Quick warning though, this thing is finicky when you try to install it. When I first tried to install it, it literally wouldn't install. I recently built a new computer, or mostly new computer. I'm still using my old graphics card and power supply because the power supply is actually good, but the graphics card. Anyway, when I did that, I plugged this in before I installed any of my other microphone and audio devices, like my Behringer interface or anything, and it worked. So I think this thing needs to be installed first before you install any other USB peripherals, like a webcam that has a microphone, or a audio interface that can be used as a microphone, you know, when you plug a microphone in. So uninstall any other USB peripherals that are audio-based, get this thing plugged in and installed first, and then you should be able to install your stuff. We're about to test whether that's true or not when I go to test this, because I haven't actually tested this with all of this yet. That's right. We're gonna go do that now, and then we're gonna come back and I'm gonna talk about it more. So let's go on to that part. Okay, so what I've done here is I've got OBS over here recording my webcam, and I've got both microphones currently plugged in and working at the same time, and I have both audio sources. I just have one muted and one not muted. So basically all I'm gonna do is I'm just going to unmute, or I'm going to mute this microphone, unmute that microphone, and you're gonna hear this microphone just as it is plugged in. And the only thing I've done is I put a noise gate on because I've noticed that it has a little bit of a noise floor, which I will actually turn off just so you can kind of hear exactly what it sounds like. In fact, I'm going to bring the plugins over here so I can see the plugins. All right, so this is currently the Audio-Technica. The Audio-Technica has some processing on it. I have like compression, EQ, well, not EQ. I have compression and just some basic stuff to make it sound pretty good. So that's how this sounds right now, the Audio-Technica. And then now I'm using strictly the thing here. And I'm going to stay quiet for a sec. that's no noise gate or anything, so you'll be able to hear what kind of noise it has. If I turn on a noise gate, basically that just means that when I stop talking, it should go completely silent. Should. And then I also have a plugin that I use for compression and stuff, and I'm gonna turn that on now. So now I'm using the MJU-C Junior. It's just a compressor. I'm using that right now. So this is what this sounds like if you were to also use a compressor with it, so you can kind of hear what kind of quality it can handle when you do a little bit of like extra stuff. And I've got headphones on because I was testing some stuff, but obviously I'm not really listening to anything right now. So I'm gonna watch this video back and listen to the audio, and then I'll give my thoughts. So this will let you kind of know what that sounds like just on its own. Also, I think my camera just like bugged there. But again, this is with no compression at all. This is just the straight microphone as it is, the way it is. Also, this does confirm that once you have this installed, you can go ahead and install your other USB drivers, because then all of a sudden it's just like, oh, will work. So make sure this is the first one you've installed, and then everything else should work, because this still works. So let's go back to main view over here, and I'll give you my final thoughts on this little $16 microphone. But again, this is just you listening to it now, so you can figure out whether you like it or not. So let's go back to the main camera view. Okay, so I've had the chance to go back and listen to the video just to hear what this thing sounded like, and all in all, obviously I like the Audio-Technica way better. I don't know why my camera keeps freaking out. I'll have to fix that later. It's probably a graphical issue because my graphics card needs updating, but anyway, it's perfectly fine. For $16, it's a perfectly passable sound. You can judge for yourself. Obviously, this Audio-Technica is a $100 microphone, and even my Behringer C3 microphone is like a $60, $70 microphone. It might even be cheaper by now, and I think it's better. It's what I used for so long, and I still use it. But for what this thing is as just a little desktop microphone for chatting, for games or something you can just kind of have in front of you, it'll do you just fine. Like, obviously I would say if money's not too big of an issue, I would say upgrade, you know, spend a little bit more money, spend like $60, $70 on something a little bit better, maybe even $100 if you want a microphone like this one or a headset microphone. But for just being a cheap little USB microphone, it's fine. It's got a little, and it's got like a little flex head. It comes with its own little pop filter, so that's what the microphone looks like, just a little microphone on it. For technical specs, you can check the Amazon link. I believe it has like a product description where it gives you kind of the hertz range. I think it's like 100 hertz up to 16,000 hertz, so it's not bad. And even with compression on it, it didn't like help or hurt really. I think it just made it a little more poppy in the voice, made it obviously brought out some of the lows and brings it up. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got something out of it. If you liked the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell notification to stay up to date with everything I do from here on out. Leave some comments on what you thought of this microphone, and whether you'd like to see some more kind of cheaper microphones in the future, because I can do that. I'm always willing to check out some of the like really cheap options just to see what's out there right now. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys in the next video, which will hopefully be soon. Later.